Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Marcus Solar with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. I also have Steve Goldstein with us with Retirement Analyzer. He's joining us this afternoon. We're going to cover a turnkey retirement income planning tool that all advisors can use, whether you're a financial advisor or an insurance-only agent. This program will help you help your clients plan for their retirement income for future years to come. What if you could help your clients answer a question? What if the plan in which they believe to be true turned out not to be true? When would they like to know that? The first day of retirement, or today when they can make changes or future changes as they get into their retirement years? The nice thing about the software, the Retirement Analyzer software, it is not specific to any carrier. You can recommend any solution for your clients moving forward, whether it's life insurance, long-term care need, or annuity. So it's very flexible and it can be changed year in and year out. It also gives you the opportunity to go forward each and every year with annual reviews as well. So it is a turnkey prospecting method that you can use. It's already got a huge marketing vault that you can use either with individuals or companies. And we are going to touch on several different topics today as we go through this afternoon with the webinar with Steve. So at this point in time, I'm going to turn it over to Steve as we have several different opportunities this afternoon, and then we'll wrap it up in about 30 minutes. And if you have any further questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those for you as we move forward. So again, Steve Goldstein, one of the founders of the software. He's been a financial advisor like you folks out in the field, so he's been on the same side of the table as you have been. So he takes that worth of knowledge with him as he goes in and continues to create this software and make adjustments annually. So he brings that wealth of knowledge going forward. So at this point, I'm going to turn this over to Steve and we'll go forward from here. So Steve, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Go ahead at this point in time. Thank you.
Yeah, Marcus, thanks for having me, and thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll spend about 25, 30 minutes, like Marcus just said, going through the software. The solution, really, we have an end-to-end solution where we'll talk prospecting, we'll talk, writing the plan, and we'll talk, a client portal that you could have the client engaged really in their plan and be able to look at their plan anytime. So we'll run through it, okay? Brooke, my partner, and myself, we, a while ago, we were actually basically doing what you guys do. We were out there, we were building our books, and then all of a sudden something funny happened. The software, actually something really cool happened. The software actually took off. And we don't have a lot of time right now to build our books anymore because we're busy writing the software. What you get with Retirement Analyzer, guys, is continuous software development. And so we're pushing out probably once a week, 3 or 4 times a month. New functionality, okay, and we're going to go through some of that today. The one thing I want to really just touch on really quickly is, if you're thinking about a new software program, you need help. I mean, everybody needs help, right? Once you download it, you're sitting there, and what do you do next, right? Where do you go? So not only do we have, I'm going to go through the education that we provide you, but these 4 wonderful women know every nook and cranny of the software, and when you call into our power line, we answer the phone. And we will walk you through and help you and stay with you till you're feeling comfortable and ready to go with the appointment process. Okay? Just quickly on some of this training and support, and I don't know if you're going to find this anywhere, but we have our power line 8 to 5 Central every business day, and we answer the phone. We have Power Hour live training, right? Every Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Time. I do a class for detailed files. You bring your detailed file, you share it, change the names to protect, your clients. And we go to town with 20 people jumping in to try to sort of put together a process where you can actually make a client's analysis better. All right. So Wednesday weekly for detailed cases. Every Friday we have Success in 60. Okay, where we actually talk about industry, what's going on with the industry, where we might go with the software. People are making suggestions on functionality they need and stuff like that. Okay, so what we do is we actually have live training every day of the week. I don't know where you're going to find that with another company. Sector sessions, we drill down every Tuesday, second Tuesday of each month. We have our quarterly virtual training, which is 12 hours of training, right, over a 4-week period. We have nationwide boot camps now. COVID's put a little, hiccup in that right now, but we'll be back to that when things get back to normal. Where we actually, January, April, July, and August are in person with you, right, for 2 full days. We have Admin University, where we actually teach your admin staff on data input so you could do what you do best. And then we have RA Max. It's something I teach. I'll actually come to your office and we'll spend 10 straight hours, maybe over 2 days, not straight, but over 2 days. And I'll give you like a mini nationwide boot camp in your office. Okay, so there's all kinds of things we can do here. Now, one thing I want to show you is this, though. There's all kinds of things, like Marcus was saying, in this whole end-to-end process. We have this, and I'm going to show you this 9 to know, which is really a good prospecting tool, where you could actually send it out and have somebody fill, or have a prospective client fill in 9 bits of information, and it'll give them an idea on what their analysis looks like. Right? If they have a problem or a question, they can come to you. We have eDeck presentation platforms where they're basically all different kinds of topics. We have one on financial essentials. We have one on saving, tax, and retirement. And what you can do is you can actually use these as presentations, right? College, you could, at a college venue or something like that, a seminar, whatever you want, in your office. These are written on 6th grade level, and they're really understandable. We'll have the software, the support like we talked about, the branding, you can skin it, make it look like yours, proprietary look and feel. Morningstar account aggregation. We have some integrations here, a client portal. We have an advisor meet as like a Zoom functionality inside the software where you can screen share. We have our new C3 CRM. You'll be able to email in and out of the software. And then we also have archiving capability in like a Glacier type storage, right? So this is what we have, right? And this is everything that we know that you'll need out in the field. Okay, so it's really a one-stop shop where you can get everything in one place and you don't have to use 5 or 6 different software vendors. Okay, all right, so let's jump in and let's take a look now. All right, and what I want to do is I want to start from the top and I just want to show you 9 to know. Okay, imagine this is a prospecting tool. Now I have this done already. I want to show you how it works. So you're able to, and let me just jump back here for a second. Let's go into the clients page. All right, and I want you to imagine this. So let's say you send this link out. You can blast it out to maybe 50 or 100 people or whatever, right? And basically you get a link right here, and you're able to send this link in your email blast. Or if you're doing an event, you could actually send a link out to everybody that's going to be attending the event. And then what they'll do is they'll fill it out, and then I'll show you what happens here. It's really kind of neat. So you have this link that's really just a very, very basic financial analysis. So it looks a little bit like this. So check it out. This is what the client's going to get when they open it up. Okay, they're going to get 9 sections. Now let's just go through the first one and we'll check it out. So the first one's easy, right? It's first name, last name, birth date, and then where they live. Okay, that's the first one. All right, the second one really is salaries and retirement date. They could be retired, when they want to retire. Okay, third one here is Social Security. All right, so let's look at that one right here. When they want to start it and how much is it scheduled to be. All right, the fourth one is a pension. Okay, right here, check it out. And this one here in pension, right, is again the start age and then how much it'll be. Okay, so these are bits of information. So they're basically halfway done there. The fifth one here is accounts for retirement. Now, what we ask them to do is total up all their qualified accounts and then how much in contributions they're making to these accounts just while they're working. The sixth one is any other accounts in this case, right? You know, you could have, let's say they have and I'll pop this in here. Let's say they have a $25,000 checking account. Let's say they have a $100,000 investment account. And let's say they have a $50,000 Roth account. It's really this simple to put it in. Okay, when they click continue, right, then they'll look at rate of return. And they're saying that they can make about 4%, they're saying. All right, and second to last, really, how much are their monthly expenses? In this case, it's $5,500. Now, the last one here is really their email address, and I want to put mine in here, all right, but their email address and their telephone number, okay, and then they click continue, and then generate. Now, watch what they get. Now, all this stuff, right, everything they put in there, right, and they'll get this paragraph, and they're basically pre-written for if they're going to have enough money or if they won't. Okay, this one says, based on the information entered, you may not have sufficient funds to retire in 35 like you wanted to. If you do, you're out of money in 52. And they get this chart. Okay, your name will appear here. Okay, if it's your software, if it's your account. So it could be contact Joe or whoever it is, right? Whoever you are, right? But here's what you get. Watch this now. They put all this in and they get a result, and they may like it, they may not, but they can go up here and take a look at it, right? And here's what you get. Watch. in the scenario section under prospects, that is actually, Sally Black is actually put in there, and we gather all the information that Sally entered. So you basically have a current scenario to get started with. Okay, now you can do whatever you want with it. You can detail it, right? But you have Sally's information, all right? Over here in the inbox in the software program, okay, you know that Sally just started her 9 to know. They get 14 days, right? And you can see the contact says no. And that's only because, watch, that's only because she didn't click contact whoever you are, or Steve in my case, watch. So if they click contact, now you can put a video here thanking them for filling it out. But as soon as she clicks contact Steve, if I go back into the software, right, and I click refresh, it'll go to yes. Okay, so here's a warm lead for you. Okay, so we'll go into what the software program can do, but you're really getting somebody to fill out a basic financial analysis. And I got to tell you something, everything that RA has in it is in this analysis. They won't know that. RMDs, taxation on Social Security, everything's in here, but we can't show them that when they're filling out 9 bits of information. All right, so basically, this is getting them started. You gather the information, and now you can make a contact with Sally Black. Okay, so that's one way to do it, right? Here's another way, right? We have these things called eDecks, all right? And here's the first one here, and you can see some of the slides. I'll show them to you. All right, this is Financial Essentials, and you get speaking notes with these, and these are really written on a 6th grade level so clients understand. All right, and they're being updated right now as we speak, right, for 2021. Some of them are done, but look at the speaking notes you get with these, all right? And let me go to the next one here. They're really written out, so and then obviously you're not going to say exactly what the notes say, but to give you a little bit of an idea on how to present the slide, and that's why they're there. So basically we have this thing called an eDeck program. Here's one that's pretty popular now, and it's saving tax and retirement now. And we talk about the standard deduction and how it works. Very, very basic stuff. We talk about Medicare Parts B and D and staying in that first tier. We talk about, tax-free income. How can you do it? How to keep your taxes low because it affects just about everything else. So these presentations, you can use them in a seminar, old-fashioned seminar type situation. You could use them in like a college training event or teaching event. You can use them in your office. But you get 2 new ones every year if you're part of the eDeck platform. So the new ones this year are going to be Roth conversion and max funded life. But they all come and they come out every year. These ones are updated, the ones you just saw, and the new ones come out. It's called the eDeck program. Okay? All right, so let's jump into the software now, and I'm going to show you a couple things. Marcus, did I hit on everything we wanted to hit on for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, beautiful. All right, so let's take a look at what you can show in the software. Now, there's all kinds of good functionality, and we have our CRM coming, which is going to be totally awesome, be able to tie everything together. But what I want to show you is this. So if we jump in here and we take a look, okay, and then I'm not going to go through all the keystrokes and how you fill everything out, but there's really just 3 tabs of input, 3 tabs of output, and then 3 solutions tabs. So the way the software is set up here, you want to make tab 6, we call it Utopia, where nothing bad happens, and they both live to age 100. We want to make that look good. And then we stress test it in 7, 8, and 9. Okay? So 7 is Utopia with premature death. 8 is Utopia with long-term care facility costs. And 9 is Utopia with adverse market movement. And what it works out to, guys, is this, and you could do anything in this software. We handle everything. What if you had a situation like this where this are 3 scenarios, and this one being, right, hey, look, the client's out of money at age 86, not looking real good. And you take a look at it, and you copy this one into this, and you make these 3 changes, and look how much better the client looks. And all you did is have them work 3 years later, start Social Security at a different time, and then contribute to Roth IRAs while they're working. Now, there's no product in this one to this one. Okay, but there's advising, there's recommendations, and then what we do is we take the 309501, then we add a product to it to try to make it look better. And if it does, there's your 3-step process. You've actually taken somebody running out of money at 86. Let's jump down through number 2 into number 3, and then what do you have? You have 15 years later and $500,000, and you move some of the money out of risk into an income benefit annuity. So you can be as detailed as you want with this. We have every one of these is a different scenario. You can move them around, you can save them, you can put them anywhere. Let's take a look
Yeah.
at two other. Sorry, Marcus, go ahead.
And I was just going to say, everyone anticipates big changes coming up here in the next probably 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15 years. I mean, everyone expects healthcare. Healthcare is not slowing down at all. Healthcare costs are increasing. Taxes, everyone anticipates taxes going up, especially with the leadership changes from a politician standpoint. And inflation is going to continue to rise over the next 5, 10, 15 years, just as we've seen it in the past. So, I mean, with all of that, people are trying to, convert their dollars over from taxable dollars in most cases to Roth or tax-free dollars. So in this scenario, looking at this scenario, what if you were to make those conversions? How would you do that? You want to show them how they would do that within the software?
Yep, we can do that, and I'll show you. I mean, there's all kinds of things we can do. I have a conversion file, but I want to say one thing to you though, just quickly. How would you feel if you knew the program underneath you, the program you're using, right, took care of all the taxation, took care of the Social Security provisional income calculation, took care of everything, RMDs, everything, and then all you have to do is go in here, get your strategy together, put it into a process, and then just show the increasing numbers for a better retirement. And that's really what you can do in RA. That's what it's there for. Okay, so let's go with what Marcus said. I'm going to switch over here now, and people do want to convert now, right? And who knows what's going to happen, right, with these taxes? But at least 2021, I think we're locked in at these rates, obviously. What if you had a situation like this? And let me go in and I'll show you. What if somebody, and it's just like the case we just looked at with an income benefit annuity. Say somebody looks like this now, and they're scheduled to pay $411,255 for the rest of their life in cumulative tax. And we'll figure that out for you. Okay. What if you started to do Roth conversions here at $50,000 a year for 5 years, and you can drop their lifetime tax bill from $411 to $238, and look how much better it looks. These guys were out of money, and we know they're probably not going to live to 101, but the analysis showed that versus $224,000, $250,000 at 101. So you're making things better by Roth converting. Now you can do it small, or you can do it larger and make the numbers look better. So there's all kinds of good things here. And just to Marcus's point, if I go into this one scenario here, what you'll be able to tell a client is, and wouldn't this be nice, right? If I went all the way down here to the bottom and I said, look, you know what? At what point, look what I have left. This is really the account I'm drawing from. And what do I have left? I'm all the way up here, right? Look at this. Right here is when I turn tax-free for the rest of my life. Why? Because I'm down to just a Roth right here. So I think that's pretty settling to people, and you'll be able to pass it, okay? And it's a good legacy. So that's the kind of stuff here. I want to show you one more, and then we'll just jump over to the portal, and then we'll do C3, and we'll be done, Marcus, okay?
Yep.
Here's another one. What if you guys are into Max Fund Life? I'm a big fan of it. I think it's terrific tax-free income. What if you could show this? All right, let's go to the reports and print again. Now, and in this case, right, they're not looking too good. Okay, so in this case, what we did was we actually itemized their monthly expense plan. What does that mean? If we go in here, this is the capability you have. If you're really into monthly expense plan like we are, you can show it, and you could have different rates of inflation for each cost. You can start and stop them whenever you want. Everyone has its own, like some have 0%, some costs stop at certain times. We can stop the auto costs at certain times. There's all kinds of things you can do to really get into the monthly expense plan. And guys, just by doing that, right, just by itemizing it versus just putting in, let's say you put in $6,700 with a 3% inflation rate and left it at that. Or we itemized the $6,700. We didn't decrease it, we just itemized it. What if we told you that it could look this much better? If you started paying attention to what costs make up the $6,700 and if they stopped or started and what inflation rate they're increasing at. That's the difference between these two. Then we can go out and we can fund the life policy and start tax-free policy loans at some point in the future, and look where you're sitting. So again, 46 to 63 is what? At 17 years, is that right?
17 years, yeah.
And then 17 years with $1.4 million because you put the Max Fund Life policy into play. And it shows how to pay for it. It shows the tax-free income coming in to pay expenses. It's powerful. So let me show you two other things, and I know I'm running out of time here, but let me just go back here and do this. Here we go. All right, here's the thing I want to show you. Check this out. All right, so I want to go into the client portal for a second. We're finding that clients really enjoy this now. What you're able to do is actually provide this dashboard for clients. Okay, so what is this? This is really the plan that you shared with them with certain things extracted and kind of important numbers. Okay, so the assets, a net worth statement right here, what they're spending today, right? What their lifetime taxation is. Now, this is a different file, right? But, right, different file, different lifetime taxation, and what they're scheduled to leave. Now, you can share, that's the dashboard. You can share the plan that the numbers were pulled from, and they can go through and they can play around with it if they want. Now, you don't have to let them edit it, or you can let them edit it if you want. But they can see their plan anytime they want. If I go back to the dashboard, what about a net worth statement that's taken from that plan? And so you have that right here. See, this is all done for you. Okay, you don't do any of this. What about a benefit tracker for all the beneficiaries and who gets what? Primary and contingent, it's all here. Okay, there's a cash flow statement for the next 12 months. What's your cash flow need and where you're pulling it from? You could do it, this month. You could do it any year you want. They change, and it shows you where to pull the money from when you need money in retirement, supplement your income need. There's a docket tracker here where you can actually have folders that you bring in your important financial information. You can choose to lock the folders. You can give advisor access. You don't have to. You can give advisor access to everything but what's locked. Okay, so there's a lot there. And then there's advisor meet, which is really this, and I'll show you this, and I just want to talk about C3, and I'll be done. So let's go back and let me show you what advisor meet looks like. And that's right here in the software. In a moment's notice, you could basically set up a meeting, all right, with your client, a screen share, and you're right in there. It's right here that you can show your screen. They're in here. You send them a link, right, inside the software, and you're ready to go. So there's really no need, right, for other platforms because you could actually use Meet right inside the software. Okay, so that's the client portal, and it's really kind of neat because the clients are loving being able to go in and that they can make changes and you can make changes and you can overwrite and send new plans in here anytime you want. There's a user guide to help your client understand, written on a 6th grade level. They understand how the whole portal works, and they also have a recording right here. Okay, last but not least, I know we're right about at time, Marcus, I think. Do we have a few minutes or no?
Yeah, we have a few minutes. Yeah, the one other thing I want to show folks is the locker, because in the beginning of the video, I said this is a turnkey program, and with it being virtual, everyone is, or a lot of folks right now are in lockdown. Everyone's using the virtual sales process right now. This is a great way to leverage that. So if you can just touch on the locker real quick, that would be great.
Yeah, and so we have everything that all of our training is recorded here. Like if you have a case, when should you take Social Security, or this is a max fund policy like we were just talking about, or how to put together some life insurance strategies, term permanent combos, or things like that, Roth conversions versus regular IRAs. I mean, there's all kinds of things here. Okay, and they're all recordings, and all you have to do is just click them, and it'll show you how to navigate through the software to put that case together. We basically we record everything. We have sector sessions every second Tuesday of every month. They're all here. Okay, we have it all. All right, there's all kinds of pieces in here. There's fact packs if you need any information on, let's say, Social Security. These are real nice one-pagers. Okay, they're all approved and easy to read. Very easy to read. Okay, so you can really pass these out to clients if you want. So the locker is pretty good. And Marcus, let me just do one thing really quickly if I can.
Sure.
I want to show you that we're in the middle of doing a total redesign of the software, but this is what the new locker is going to look like, just so you know. All right, and this is kind of neat, right? So you have everything here. So we record all the Wednesday weekly classes. We record all the Success in 60 classes, the sector sessions. They're all right here. Okay, we're going to have all kinds of stuff in here. The link library, if you ever have you need information on any of this stuff, the links are loaded in here for you. You can see the eDeck program in here, everything, it's all here. Okay, so this is just basically, this is our new look, and it'll be here probably in the next like 3 months or so. So you'll see it all. But this is really what we look like. Okay, if we go back here, this is just the new look at what the clients page is going to look like. All kinds of alerts here, and this is going to flow into our C3 And we're just putting it together now. They're going to look like each other, but just imagine if you had somebody who just turned 72 and you needed to be reminded about an RMD, and you got a red flag here, and all of a sudden it showed up in your tasks list right here in C3 that, hey, so and so 72, please make a call to check with them to make sure that they have taken their RMDs. So there's all kinds of stuff in here, okay, that we're just today, what we did today was we got your clients over from RA to C3 now. For the first time, RA and C3 are talking to each other now. Okay, so we're able to upload client lists, but we'll give you dashboards. All right, there'll be all kinds of good stuff. But the point I think here is that it's going to all tie in together, right? And it's going to be one system, so you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave, and that's really what we're putting together, guys. Okay, beginning to end, from prospecting to analysis to storage to letting the client in on their plan and helping them participate in what's going on. And that's really RA and our end-to-end solution.
Great. I appreciate your time today, Steve. What you need to do to get access to the software, get access to all these tools and these prospecting items is certainly give us a call at the office today. You can reach us here at the office at 800-255-5055. Again, my name is Marcus. My last name is Soller, S-O-L-L-E-R. You can certainly ask for me. I'm the administrator in the office here. Steve, you can reach him at his office if you'd like. The number is at the screen there, 800-854-6621. In order to gain access to the software, what we're looking for here at Insurance Agency Marketing is a couple of your core carriers and that you're currently actively writing $250,000 in annuity premium through our organization. What we have found with advisors that are currently writing through us and using this software is on average, they are writing $100,000 per case that goes through this software. So that's 2.5, maybe 3 cases a year, which isn't a problem with the advisors using the software on an annual basis. So we do appreciate you taking the time today to listen about the retirement income planning software. Again, there's 2 different versions. There's one for financial advisors and there's one for insurance only folks. So if you have any questions on either version, please let me know. Again, I do appreciate your time, Steve, today, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thanks.